No, the service needs to always be professional. Just because people act a fool, you gonna act a fool? You're a therapist. Your client start acting a fool. You about to act a fool right back with them? What's up, T&V fam? Welcome back to T&V Nation. It's your girl, Tawana.
And your boy, Vaughn. And we are back with another video.
Yep.
We decided today to just share what we eating with y'all.
That's it.
We just eating some chili.
Mm-hmm.
It's cold here in Houston. So
Freezing.
So we made some chili. And we're going to share that with y'all.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, get a look at that. That's got some green onion and cilantro on top of it. And we realized we ain't had crackers.
So we're eating with chips.
So,
that'll work.
you know I ain't got no problem with that. I'll eat chips.
No.
Yeah,
how y'all doing and what y'all eating over there? I know y'all eating on something good.
Always.
I'm cold, y'all. I don't like this cold weather. It's literally, well, it was literally freezing here. We had freezing temperatures this morning. I don't like it. I'm not a cold weather person. Y'all know he likes that cold weather. I don't understand people that like cold weather. It makes no sense to me. It doesn't feel good at all.
And we had a little morning surprise. The cold brought in a little morning surprise too. We'll share that with y'all in a minute. But
it looks so good. I can't wait to dig in.
So y'all, we were having a conversation the other day about people who don't like beans in their chili. And we were both like...
See that cheese? Y'all, I put cheese on top.
We were both like, is it really chili if ain't no beans in it?
Oh.
How y'all like, I need hot sauce.
You cook it with Louisiana hot sauce?
Sure did. So yeah, how y'all like y'all's chili? Do you make it with beans or without? And what do you eat with it? Like what do you put on top of it and what do you eat alongside it, or do you eat it over rice?
Mm-hmm. I typically eat it with saltines, but we didn't have any. Mm-hmm. I never ate it with rice until I moved to Texas. And I saw them eating it with rice. And I was like, y'all eat chili with rice? And they said all the time, that's how they eat their chili. So I tried it with rice and I liked it. I was like, okay, it tastes good. My preference is still to eat it with saltines, but you know, it's good with rice too.
I think we ate it both ways in Alabama.
Y'all did?
Just depends on who made it. At home, we ate it with saltines. Crunched up in there.
Mm-hmm.
You crunch them up in there?
Yeah, but I also have some on the side. You do both or crunch them all in there?
Mostly crunch them in there.
Mm.
So the ones that are on the side, you just eat them just like
you're doing the chips, yeah. So it's never just like a one bowl dish. It's always something else with it. Mmm. It's good.
So did we ask what y'all eating tonight?
Mm-hmm. I asked them.
What is it?
They didn't ask me yet, so I'm asking again, what y'all eating on? Put in the comment section.
Don't just sit there looking.
Mm-hmm.
Type it.
I want to show y'all. I don't know if you can see it good, but I don't want to spill this everywhere. It's just spoonfuls of goodness. Mm-hmm.
So y'all, why did we wake up at 4:30 in the morning to the sound of a loud hissing sound?
Loud. I thought something was about to blow up. I'm like, what is going on? Something about to blow up.
It wasn't a snake.
Ooh, better not have
Might have been
been.
better if it was been a snake.
What are you talking about?
Well, if a snake hissing loud enough to wake us up, then it's probably not good. No. It's probably not good. But, so I opened the door to the attic. There is water spurting out of the top of the water heater. Out of one of the hoses that goes.
Was it like a lot? Did you see a lot of water spurting out?
Yeah.
It sounded like it was a lot of water.
Mm-hmm. It was like, remember when we used to have a garden hose and you would bend it in half with the water on? But if it was old, it had a little hole in it. So you would bend it, and out of that little hole would be squirting water. That's how I was doing.
Dang.
It was skeeting, y'all. Water skeeting everywhere. Like seasoned.
We probably don't need it. We need it just like you made it.
So yeah, y'all. So apparently this valve on the side of the water heater had broken. And what the guy explained to me, the guy who came and fixed it, was that valve, if excess pressure builds up inside the water heater, that valve automatically pops open and pushes all the water outside. Well, the valve was broken. So it didn't push it outside. It pushed it back up into the pipes. The pipes burst. And then there we are with water all over the place.
Yeah. 4 in the morning.
So there's water all over the area of the attic right by the water heater. All over the area right outside the attic. And it hadn't been going that long, but somehow it soaked through the floor of the attic and was dripping down into 2 rooms downstairs.
Dang.
So yeah.
So it's been a day, y'all.
Yeah,
That's how our morning started.
Yep.
We're sleepy. We didn't get much sleep. We were already up before that, luckily, because what if we had been like knocked out sleep? Ooh, we wouldn't have heard it probably.
We woke up floating.
We'd have woke up to a flooded house, y'all. So your insomnia served a purpose.
Here's to insomnia. You already awake too?
I woke up when you woke up. You couldn't tell? Yo, I have this thing where I'm a very light sleeper, but almost always when he wakes up, I don't know how I know, because he could just be laying there, like trying to be quiet, trying not to move. He used to read the books, and I would say, but I hear the pages of the book turning. He doesn't do anything. I still wake up. I don't know what it is. It's the weirdest thing ever. So shortly after you woke up, I woke up. And I was up ever since.
We're going to call it the connection. Because I guess as soon as she senses my breathing pattern change,
I wake up.
Eyes pop wide open.
Yep. So we were both up. When he sleeps through the night, I sleep through the night.
So if she don't sleep well, it's my fault.
Basically.
So y'all, what y'all think about this debacle that happened at this? I think it was in Dallas. Did you read any more about it? So there's this restaurant, I think in Dallas. It's called True Kitchen and Catering or something like that. But apparently, and again, we don't have all the information, but from what we did read and video we saw and all this kind of stuff, this is a black-owned restaurant, patronized primarily by black folks, and apparently these sisters started twerking in the restaurant. Took it all the way up to dancing on top of the tables.
They say.
Putting their hands. That was us. Now that I saw in one of the videos.
You trying to be able to dance on the table? I'm a mosquito.
That's the most persistent fly I've ever seen. Nice.
Now, where were we?
Yeah, putting their hands on the window, because I guess the table was next to a window, and so you know how y'all like to do. If you next to the wall or something like that, and you start twerking, you put them hands up there.
Y'all do that.
So apparently they were doing all that, and the guy, the owner, claims you asked him several times to stop. Told him, you know, hey, it ain't that type of party, this ain't that type of place, you know, whatever. And they kept on doing it. So finally he went off, and basically went on a rant. You know, he was saying I opened this business so I could have, so black folks, I did this for my community. Black folks have a place to go, enjoy themselves and all this kind of stuff. Not for all of this to be happening. And it seemed like it got good to him in the middle of it, because then he started ratcheting it up a little bit. If you don't like it, you can leave. I don't need your money. Matter of fact, get the F out of my restaurant and all this kind of stuff.
He started acting just as ratchet as the people he was talking about. Had to say that.
So what y'all think about that? Was he wrong? Were they wrong? Now, before I ask you, were they wrong? Some people's claims was, well, the music that they were playing was twerk-worthy music. It was music that women tend to twerk to or whatever. It wasn't, I guess, what you would call your usual restaurant ambiance type music. The music made it seem, could have created the atmosphere that, no, this is a club. And so some people were saying, you don't want people doing that, then don't play that kind of music in your restaurant.
Did you ever find out if he serves alcohol?
Mm-mm.
I think that might have played a role. I mean, I have a hard time believing. I mean, I know people are capable of doing anything, but I have a hard time believing that sober women would just start twerking on top of tables and stuff in a restaurant. Can y'all imagine that? That's pretty weird.
I say you got to be pretty drunk,
Me too.
like blackout drunk,
You gotta be.
to forget that you're in a restaurant, and especially after you've been told a few times to get up and do it again. There's video. Because come on,
Says
man.
yes
Come on, man.
nicely. You saw the video
I'm
of
gonna
him?
I'm gonna tell y'all like I told her. People always gonna post the thing. The first person to post something is gonna post the thing that gets the most attention. Because y'all know there are probably several people with their phones out. You know, something like that starts happening probably before the guy even went over there to say something. Women in a restaurant get up and start twerking. Somebody will take their phone out, right? Probably including the people there at their party. But the first person to actually post something is going to be the post of him going off, because that's going to get a lot of attention. And then the headline is, restaurant owner tells, that's how I learned about this, because I saw this in a regular news app. Those of you who have Androids, maybe you have that Flipboard app. Just a regular news app. Restaurant owner tells customers to get the F out of his restaurant. That's the headline.
That's what he did. I mean, I don't care what part
Hold up.
was posted.
Wait, but I'm trying to make a point.
That's what he did.
The point I'm trying to make is the most sensational thing that happened is
that's
what
on the
people are going to
headline.
post first. No one's going to talk about what happened leading up to that. You know, none of that. But anyway, so then this guy, of course, had to come back and do damage control. So he comes back and posts video. It looked like some of it was like restaurant, like his built-in cameras. He posted it all in one post. It was like, up in this corner is something from the restaurant thing. Down here is something probably from somebody's cell phone. But it shows him when he's going over, like, we didn't get a chance to see it because the part I saw, it was just a still image of one part, and then the other part was moving. The only part that was moving was the girl twerking. That part moves, and then the part moves where he goes over and he's like going over to the table with his hands steepled, prayer hands or whatever. When we would assume that was when he was like asking nicely. But yeah, there is video of the girl twerking.
And there's a video of the guy telling, this is my issue with it. I don't know if you have an issue with how he handled it. Were the girls wrong for twerking in the restaurant? Absolutely. Was he wrong for how he handled it? 100%. So if y'all saw it, then y'all know he did not just go over to the group of women and maybe get security. Once he asked them to leave, they didn't leave. I don't know if he has security, but I would think, that would be the next thing to try to have them kind of escorted out as quietly as possible, which I know that's hard to do these days. But this is the thing, y'all. From what I saw, and I only saw a part of it, the part I saw, I was like, oh no. He went off. I would never go to that restaurant. So he's talking to the whole restaurant. It's like, with an attitude, I'm trying to do this for y'all. And so he just started upping the ante and was like you said, if y'all don't like it, y'all can get the F out. And was very, very rude. And the customers are sitting there like, what's going on? Like, why is he talking to us like that? He was not just talking to the girls who were twerking. He was talking to all of the customers in the restaurant. That was unprofessional. That was inappropriate. Were the girls being ratchet? Yes. Did he have to get just as ratchet? No. So I think if you are a business owner, then you are held to a higher standard. Are you going to lower yourself to the level of a customer who is behaving in a very immature and inappropriate way? You're not supposed to. So for me, that's why in terms of who was wrong, they both were. Who would I fault more? I would fault the business owner more because he should have handled it differently. And he did not have to involve all the other customers at the restaurant. Whether or not he chooses to play twerking music, I mean, that's up to him. That has nothing to do with it. That don't mean you get up there and twerk on tables just because someone's playing twerking music. But at the same time, if you're trying to create a certain type of environment and a certain type of crowd, then you want to cater to that crowd with your entire setting.
No, okay? Don't cater to the crowd that you don't want to
attract. There. Period. I'm just saying. Like he could have handled that better, y'all. Granted, I only saw that part, but that part was enough for me. I didn't have to see anything that occurred before that. I don't have to know what occurred after that. I just know what I saw. But that business owner going off on everyone in the restaurant because a certain group of people were out of control was so wrong. 100%. What you think?
I mean, I agree for the most part. I guess I lean towards. Now, I'm never gonna say this guy did the right thing, or I would have handled it exactly the same way, or he had no other choice or anything like that. But I do see how, like, you try to create, because one of the things he was saying was, y'all wouldn't go down to, he named some restaurant during his rant. Y'all wouldn't go down to such and such a place and act like this. What I assume is that the place he named was not a black establishment. Again, we don't live in this, wherever it is, even if it's Dallas. Mm-hmm. So I didn't recognize none of these names. But, it's like, why y'all come in my place acting like this? Even if that place down the street played the exact same music, y'all wouldn't do this.
They wouldn't though.
So they wouldn't play that music? Mm-mm. Well, they probably wouldn't. But I mean, even if they did, they wouldn't act like that.
I don't give them a pass.
I ain't giving them a pass. I'm just saying, I could see how someone could get to that point, to where it's like, we can't have nice things. Y'all remember that phrase? But yeah. But he ain't had to do all that. No. He could have handled it differently.
He definitely could have. And I feel like, talking about, they wouldn't have gone to the place down the street. Y'all know the place down the street is like acting like that. They probably would not have. But I think they were probably drunk. I'm not giving them a pass either. They were completely wrong. But I wonder, had that business owner been a different person, a non-black person who went off on a group of black customers because of their behavior, how might that be perceived differently amongst those of us who, when I say us, I mean us, y'all know what I mean, those of us who feel like well, they shouldn't have acted like that, and he got frustrated, he went off. Had that been a non-black person, I just wonder, would you feel the same way?
Well, that's an issue too, y'all. Sometimes we get duped by the media because the headline would have been very different. Mm-hmm. Even if that man, so if he hadn't been black and the owner had said the exact same thing, the headline to bait us would have been restaurant owner goes on racist rant when over black customers dancing in his restaurant.
And probably everyone would have felt like, I think everyone would have been on his case. Like,
especially since people read headlines. People tend to read headlines and don't read the article.
Yeah.
And so.
But regardless, I'm not talking about the headline. I'm saying the exact same situation, and you see the video. I feel like most people would have a harder time understanding and accepting that business owner's response.
So what you're asking is, why do we accept from each other things we are not willing to accept from folks outside here?
In a way. I just wasn't trying to put it that way. But yeah, that's how I feel. Because there's no way. Y'all know, we'd all be ganging up on that person. And we'd all be like saying, yeah, sisters, y'all were wrong. But he didn't have to go off on everybody in the restaurant, which is what he did. So I don't know, y'all. It's like, hey, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
I just know that I would not go to his restaurant. I want to know where it is, because if I'm in Dallas, guess what? I ain't going there. Can you imagine eating a meal and
I would go.
Hanging out with your friends, your family, and you getting cursed out by the restaurant owner?
Y'all.
And you ain't do nothing.
Maybe this is a male perspective, but I would go just to see if he gonna go off again. Y'all remember? Okay. So we used to have these coaches. We had this one coach in middle school, and he was known for. It's like the way he cussed. I mean, come on, y'all. Y'all remember now? Back in the day, coaches and teachers used to cuss us out and say all kinds of stuff that they can't get away with these days. But the way he cussed was just funny. And so people would piss him off just for him to go off. He would say, what did he say? Y'all don't, I ain't going to say the cuss words he would say because I don't really remember them. The funny stuff he said wasn't cuss words. He would say, y'all don't realize fire burns, do you? And he had his funny walk too. So what I'm saying is, people would say stuff just to piss him off. So he could go off and then we would have something to talk about. So yeah, I would go just to see if something's going to jump off.
I wouldn't. That's not the type of dining out experience I want. At all. I ain't going with you.
You know that'd be fun. We could over there dancing. He about to go. Wait. There you come. Is that it? Mm-mm. Y'all know. Some of y'all know what I'm talking about. Some of y'all be right there with me.
Not me.
And some of y'all be over there with tomorrow.
With you. I don't want no part of that.
Y'all be going down the street to that other place.
Let me tell you. Wherever I can get professional service, that's where I'm going.
Maybe the service is professional up until folks start acting a fool.
No, the service needs to always be professional. Just because people act a fool, you gonna act a fool? You're a therapist. Your client start acting a fool. You about to act a fool right back with them?
I'm just telling you, that place might be an awesome place to eat with really delicious food, great ambiance. As long as don't nobody act a fool.
As long as you don't act a fool.
Don't start none, won't be none.
I'm just saying, this is the last thing I'm going to say about it, y'all. And we going to get off. Because we done eating. Y'all probably don't want to hear us talk anymore. Y'all don't care about our opinions. But I'm going to tell you this because, I love my people. I'm trying not to say black. Somebody said YouTube censors certain words like that. Black? Anyway, I love my black people. I love to support my black businesses. I don't, however, choose to support any business where I'm not going to get professional treatment and service. And I feel like, sometimes, the girls are wrong. Sometimes the way we kind of come at each other as black people is like with a level of familiarity where it's not really warranted or necessary in the situation. So yeah, if I see you on the streets and we talking like that to each other, that's cool. But if we're in a place of business, we don't really take it to that level, or we're not supposed to. And so I just feel like we need to, if we're going to have businesses and we want to have things for our community, we need to treat our people with respect and professionalism at all times. You don't stoop to people's level in your establishment if you're the owner of a business. You just don't. So, you know.
Be the change you want to see.
Whatever.
When they go low, you go high.
Okay, Michelle Obama.
Oh, that's another talking point. But we'll say that one for another one.
Yeah.
That phrase brings up another talking point. Some of y'all gonna beat us to it probably. But anyway, y'all. We
talked
must
a lot.
wrap it up.
Our food is
Because
gone.
we have gone a bit long. So thank y'all for rocking with us as always. For those of you who keep watching and not subscribing, go ahead and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you know when our videos come out. Thumbs up this video. Share this video with the whole world. And we will catch y'all on the next one. T&V Nation out.
Bye.